But it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, you've got to be able to fucking...
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Yeah.
Mike, what's up? 19! Pull it together.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Oh, you don't know who
second
is,
down.
bro?
Watson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
You know, in wrestling, the NWO, New World Order.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Well, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are the people who started it.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're on offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Mark! Mike 52, Mike 52. Here we go, D. All day, D.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And the pressure gets to him again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they brought this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Returnable here for Davis. Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Kick the shit out of that ball, man.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
21.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, alert! 52's the mic. Now watch run. Go!
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Go ahead. Check that. We're on Mike 52 right here. I got you. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Slam.
They'll try to run with Breida. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Garoppolo gives to Breida, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
I'm expending so much.
Watson now to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 6-0 our score after 1. From the 50, it's Watson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. To the air yet again, Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. Watson now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Again, it's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Mike 40, Mike 40. Switch out, switch out. 40's Mike, 40's the Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. The 20.
I got it.
Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 42 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. From a yard out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
3 down, 3 down. One, Omaha.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The former 1st-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Oh, yeah, bro. I miss all kind of extra points, bro. Don't worry.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Check, 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 check. What's twist? What's that?
On first down, here's Breida. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 2.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Garoppolo into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. He's at the 30, 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Zerline now for the PAT. And he puts it through. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
11. Watch the shift. Hey, watch. Lock. Get hot.
Here's Breida. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
That's a great open field tackle by that guy.
Here we go. 180. Watch the curve. 12, fellas. Here we go. 52, by 52. Let's put him on the buses. Hey, Charlie. No. Check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Watch the screen. 21. Watch Mike. Watch the play.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. And it'll bring up third down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
21. Hey, Orbit. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine. Hey, Mike 52. Hey, that's good.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down.
Let me throw it to George
the Texans able
He's
to get
wide
in
open.
there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Davis now to return it. Still going. Now he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
24.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Check 24. That's 59.
Now Watson. Complete to right. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this? Oh, now Breida loses it, and the Texans scoop it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
You set. You may take. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Check. Hot, hot. Shift, shift. 54.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And he will find his man on the outside. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Zerline's kick is good. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
How'd that work out for you?
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. From the 17, Garoppolo. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Key the tight end. 11. 3 down.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2.
21. 12.
They run it with Breida, and he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty, so they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Mike 40. It's just me and you. 40's Mike. Man out. 49. Check 49. In the car. Switch it. Select 55.
To throw is Watson. He's going to air one out. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
6 guys. Rush in. One hand.
They run with Breida. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me. 11. Hey, Delta. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Mike 52. Switch. Check 3.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo looking for Campbell downfield, and that is incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, Tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7.50.
Now you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
1st down, Houston. That's the end.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Watson looks to throw again. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's got Fuller. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Hey, 40's Mike, 40. Mike 40, check, he's coming.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Check.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's Breida. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Check three.
This is Breida. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here we go. 180. Ricky. Deuce. Check 26. Check. Lucky. Check 31. 21.
Now a give to Breida. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
What's that?
Here we go. 180. 55, Mike. Come on, boy. 65. Don't be scared of it. Switch. Watch the edge. Check.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check 4. Check 43.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Switch. 21. Here we go.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
White.
They run again with Breida. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
21. Come on. Check 37. Check 37.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here?
Hey, Foxtrot.
They'll try and run it in. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Never actually audible the fucking play. I was calling hot routes and shit, and I never audible the original play.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check, 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 check. Check 99. Check 99.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
One final try now for Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Texans, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the